Hello again, my name is Mike from MikesCarpentryPlus, and today I'm going to show you how to put starter strip up. It's the first piece down at the bottom that your vinyl siding slides over, and I guess this is a V10 of vinyl siding in Southwest Indiana. It's a nice day, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do it. And you need a level, and I didn't get my my string, but I think I know where it's at, my chalk line, so I'll run in and grab it here in a little bit. But this first thing you do, you look at your siding, that it's like in the corner, and you can see that they didn't put the starter strip on correctly. It's upside down, so this is going to be a little higher than this, but this starter strip right here is going to go somewhere in this area. And let me show you what this starter strip looks like. This is a better starter strip than what's on that they have on it. This is a vinyl. And let me grab a little piece here. And it goes on like that against the wall. And then your vinyl piece fits up in that groove where it can slide back and forth. See that? So we need to find out where we're going to put this strip and make it level. First thing I did was I took my tape measure. I measured from the bottom of that treated piece of wood down there, the mud sill, went up to the top, and it's reading 87 inches. And remember, I told you on the last couple videos that this vinyl is double 4, meaning double 4-inch. So there's exactly 8 inches between for each piece, right there to there. See that? It's 8 inches. So I've got 87 inches from the bottom of that mud sill down there, that piece, bottom piece of wood, and I want the starter strip to hang below that, probably a ½ an inch, something like that. And then I measured up to the where the J channel is going to go, where the soffit is, and it's 87 inches. And so if you go every 8 inches, you've got 10 pieces. It would go to 80 inches and 7 inches. So at the top, I should have to cut the last pieces of vinyl right here. And the reason why I check that is, let's say that you've got like 9 inches. Let's say that you got instead of 87 inches, it's the 9 and 80 would be 89. If it's 89, you might want to not have your ½ inch at the bottom. You might want to raise it up maybe 3/8 of an inch, right below that bottom mud sill, so that when you put that last piece on, you can cut this basically in an easy spot to cut it. And you don't have to put like a little 1 inch or 2 inch piece of vinyl up on top. But anyway, it looks like it's going to work out good with the 87 inches. So the first thing you do, I'm going to, instead of going down towards the ground, I'm over 6 feet tall, so, and I got a bad back, so it's a lot easier to make your level line. Just make a level line all the way across the wall. And so this wood up here is a good place to put a line. So I'm going to start there. And since I still forgot my 4-foot level, I'm going to take the 5-foot straight edge and I'm going to extend that line out to the corner molding. I'll extend it out this way a little bit. Okay, now that I've got about a 6-foot line there, I'm going to take a screw and I'm going to put it on the line there on the right side, and I'll get my chalk line. Be right back. So I've got my chalk line, and I'm going to put this little metal clip on that screw that I just put in that line on the right side. I'm going to go all the way across and line it up with that line I've got drawn up there. Pull it tight. Now for now I'm going to leave that right screw in there, and I'm going to go ahead and check the middle of that chalk line, make sure it's level, which it should be. Okay, it looks like it's off just a little bit, so I'm going to adjust when I put my screw on the left side. I'm going to adjust for that a little bit, and over the whole length it's probably maybe almost a 1/4 inch off. So I put that left screw about a 1/4 inch below that line to get it exactly perfect, and I'll go ahead and snap another line and check it. And it doesn't hurt having 2 lines up there, because all I'm going to go by, I'm going to measure down from those screws. So I'm going to check that second chalk line. Yep, that's correct. So I've got the 2 screws, one on each side, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to measure down. So you got a screw here, and you see a little notch in the tape measure. I'm going to set that tape. That's why that little groove's right there, so you can catch a nail or a screw. And I'm going to put that right in there like that, so I can go down and I can measure. Something that you need to do is measure this, how tall this starter strip is. It's 2 1/4 inches. So we want to put a chalk line up for the top of this starter strip right along there. So we got to go 2 1/4 inches up from where we actually want the vinyl starting at. We got 57 3/4 on that side. That's going to be just about right. I can raise it just a little bit. You notice how you've got 2 lines of slits in this, so you can put your screws here or here, depending on where your mud sill is, where the best location is. And since that left side is a little bit on the low side, and I can raise this side a little bit, I'm going to raise it like 1/4 inch. Okay, once you got the 2 screws where you want them, I'm going to put 2 new screws in. Actually, you don't even need the top one, so I'm going to take them out and put them in the bottom. I really didn't even have to put a screw on that left side because the chalk line is going to make my line for me. Just put your connect your chalk line to that screw. Make sure you get your chalk line good and tight. Snap it. Make sure when you use your chalk line, when you pull it back to snap it, make sure you pull it straight out. And I'm going to take my marker I want to highlight that line across there. Now that we've got the chalk line there, you take those screws out. And just for the fun of it, I'm going to measure the chalk line up to the top to see how level that top is. Oh, about 85 1/4. About 85 3/4. So that top up there is a little bit off level, 1/2 inch off, but that's okay. We're starting at the bottom level, and I'm going to go ahead and put that first strip up. You don't want to go all the way to the end, and you can start in the middle to kind of help hold this in place. About every 2 feet's fine. If I can just to double check, I'm going to check the level on this starter strip between those 2 screws. And it's perfect. And you don't want to tighten the screws down all the way. Leave them about a 1/16 inch gap. I got the first strip up. Now I'm going to put the rest up. Going to measure it, and you want to leave a. You don't have to go all the way to the corner, and you don't want to go all the way to the other strip. Leave about a 1/4 inch gap between the 2 strips. So we've got about 78 inches. Boy, it's warm today. Start in the middle. Two more screws. Okay, that's starter strips up and it's level, and we're ready for the first piece of vinyl. And since this wall here is about 20 feet long, I'm going to use a full sheet. I believe 12 feet and a half. And so what I'll do is I'll start on the left side. Remember I told you in the other video about the wind. Northwest is coming straight at you at the camera. It's coming this way. So we want that wind, that's mainly where the wind comes from, that direction. So we want to put the left side vinyl up first and then overlap it with the right side. And we can use full pieces, and I only have a foot or two left over, and we can scab those in other places. But to have a clean look on the front of the house, I'm going to just alternate, and I'll show you that in the next video. But you also want to make sure that all the nails and staples and screws and everything is all knocked in on this wall, and make it, you know, flat as possible and not interfere with the new vinyl going up. And as you noticed, I put some more expanding foam in the cracks and holes in this wall, and then you're going to have some of it that expands out in the way. And I just took a angle grinder and just knocked them off flush. That way you don't risk popping some out of a crack. It'll just go level, just like what this is. That's from the grinder, and it only takes a few minutes. And I guess that's it on the starter strip, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll put this vinyl up, and the only thing I've got left to do on this right here is to put J molding up on top. So this will go really quick. But anyway, I'm Mike from MikesCarpentryPlus, and this is for friends and family and anybody that wants to do a little bit of work on their own and fix up their house and make it look better. And if you have a cat or dog, please get them spayed and or neutered. And if you want to get one, please go to your local animal shelter and rescue an animal. They'd appreciate it. And if you do cage your animals up, don't cage them up too long. Let them go out often to go to the bathroom, and feed and water them every day. Love them like you would your own kids, like I do mine. And I guess I'll see you in video 11. Bye.